Next, what we're going to see is grading. So within Civil 3D, this is one of the coolest tool that I would say it. Because what happens is with grading, you can actually take an existing surface and then you can create structures on top of it in exactly the way that you want it. And you can actually embed this into the surface or even create a new surface combining multiple surfaces together. So the grading is one great tool which generally lets you to create designs on top of an existing surface or a design surface to the one that you wanted to. Let's take a look at grading. So we already seen feature lines. You take a look at that tutorial if you have not. Play around with feature lines, because to understand grading, to do grading effectively, you need to be very good at feature lines. So feature lines are actually building blocks to build a grading group. Let's take a look at creating gradings. So I'm just going to get rid of that. So that is from the previous exercise. I go to my surface. And to create grading, so there are two different ways to start with. Start with a feature line. Either you can go for a polyline command, and then you can actually create something, a shape that you wanted to grade. And this particular grading is like you can this is a polyline, so you can convert this into a feature line and you can start grading from here. The other option is you can create a feature line in exactly the way you wanted it, and then you can start grading from there. Okay, so I'm going to do exactly that. And also I'll be doing a detailed tutorial, an advanced one in the advanced version of Civil 3D, where I'll be creating a sort of like a surface, water surface, and then compare volumes and create like a tank and things like that. So this one is like a simple one. So now to start with, let me select my surface, go to Object Viewer. So let's first understand what we're trying to do here. So I'm going to change this to realistic. So now if you see, if I go to the right view, you can see the surface is like that. So what I would do is I will have the grading, one side of the grading above the surface and the other side of the grading below the surface, so that when we do the grading, we can actually get the cut and fills. So I'm going to close this one. And then I'm going to start with the feature line tool, create feature line. So I can keep it to, again, this one is a little tricky, because when we go and create grading, the grading is actually a compulsory site object. So that means it has to be within the site. So for now, let me leave it to here. I'll show you what is going to happen. Okay. So I'm going to click here and it is asking for the elevation. I can pick the surface. And then it shows me which surface I wanted to use to get the elevations. So I'm going to click OK. So that means it has got the elevation from the surface. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on another point. And again, this one, so the surface point, it is actually getting from the elevation. So let me leave it to that. We can even fix it later on. So I'm going to click again and then press enter and then click. Press enter, click, press enter, and then close. Okay, so now this has been done. So now let's take a look at what we have done with the feature line before we change it. So I'm going to select the surface and the feature line, select both of that so you can compare it. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to rotate it. So you can see the feature line is actually under the surface. It's not on top of the surface. It is touching few points, but it is actually under the surface. So what we're trying to do is from this side, we will actually probably what we do is like, since the surface, which way it is grading. Okay. So probably this side will bring it up and yeah, we'll bring it up and this one will keep it down. Okay. Probably this side will be 20 meters above the surface and this side will be 20 meters below the surface, and these points will keep it on the surface. All right, to do that, and it might look like pretty complex thing that we want to achieve, let's go and see. Before you do that, I want you to understand what the surface is doing here. So to do that, again, go to spot elevation. I'm using to do that again and again. So I'm going to create a spot elevation here, here, and here. It doesn't have to be precise. It's just a rough value that we want. Okay. So now, as we said, this side we wanted 20 meters above the surface. So the elevation up here is around 430. Okay. And this here, we just leave it to the surface. It's around 430. And this side, it's 440. So this one, we're going to bring it below the surface. So it should be 420. This point should be 420. Okay. So I'm going to select this. You don't actually need to do this. There is an option to do it. I did this so you understand what we're trying to do. Okay. Now I go to my elevation editor and make sure that you keep your surface on the other side, and then you go point by point. Before we start that, what I will do is I select all of these, and then if you see on the top there is a tool that says move elevations from surface. Now you watch my surface elevations, what's happening here, the elevation for the feature line points. Click here and then it chooses the surface and then click OK. Now if you see, all these points have moved to the surface. So I can actually pick and choose what is happening with these points. Okay, I can even select it and go to object viewer, and then if you see, now this is on top of the surface. You can see all of these points are actually on this surface. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go one by one. So this one 20 meters below. So we will click on this button here to set an incremental or a decremental value. So I'm going to say this one, let's say 20. Okay. So the first point, this one needs to be 20 meters below. So I'm going to click on this one and then click lower elevation. So now you see the value is around 447. Click. Now it become 427. Go to the next point, which is this one. We need to make it 20 meters above the ground. I'm going to click on this one and then it's going to move from 428 above. Okay, 448. And then the next point, which is this one, and this will be again up. So it will be 420 to 440. And the next point, we just leave it on the surface. Leave it on the surface, and this one 20 meters below, click on the down arrow, 440 to 420, and this point we already updated it. So now we select the surface and the feature line. We go to object viewer, and then if you see, oops, you can see one portion of the feature line is above the ground 20 meters and the other one is below the ground 20 meters. Now this is how you understand the surface, and then you manipulate your feature line to the way that you want it. So I'm going to close this one, and now this is done, so I can close it. My feature line is ready. So next thing I'm going to do is go to grading group. So this one I can click on grading creation tools. As we know, this flyout toolbar always left to right. So I'm going to click on the first button, and that is going to be set grading group. We have not created a grading group, so we will have to choose a site, and then the grading group I'm going to click on create, and we can call it as house grading group. Give it a description, and we can actually use automatic surface creation, but for now I'm not going to do it. And then you can choose a style and all that sort of stuff for the surface creation. For now I'm going to leave it okay, and then that is done. And the next one is we can set the surface, target surface, because this grading is like, you know, it will be grading to the surface, like a slope that will be creating around the feature line. So I'm going to set the target surface. It's going to be surface 1. If you're not sure if there is multiple surface, you click on this button and then go and pick the surface. It shows you which one it is. Click OK. And the next one is like the data sets, and the next one is like what sort of grading that you want to do it. And you can try all of these things, but I'll show you some of these gradings and then you get an understanding of it. So now if you see, so these are all offset gradings, so where it shows you distance and grading. So that's the two values that you give and it will do the grading. And then you see this one is relative elevation and distance. All of these things are similar, so you can see these are the two values that you specify, and then it does the grading. Then you can see there are these ones which is surface at grade. So now what it does is like it will do the grading towards the surface. Whichever the point you selected, from that point outwards, it will either go down to meet the surface, or if the surface is up, it will go and meet the surface. Now that is what we want in the outside. So I'm going to choose surface at grade, and then you can see this button here, create grading, and I'm going to click on create grading. I'm going to choose this feature line. Now you can see when I'm selecting it, it is not picking up the feature line. Now the reason being is the feature line is not in the same site as that of the grading group. So I'm going to press escape. I'm going to select the feature line, and I can right click and then click on move to site. So I can choose a site in which the grading group is in, and then I'm going to click on OK. So now if you see on the left side, the sides when I expand, you see the feature lines, and then the grading group are in the same site. Now again I'll go back, again I click on create, and then I select it. Now you see it has selected the feature line. I'm going to say, watch the command line for instructions. It is telling me, do you want to grade it inside or outside? So I'm going to grade it outside. So click OK. And do you want to do it for the entire length? Yes, I wanted to do it for the entire length, or you want to do it for a specific stretch. Do it for the entire length. And then the cut grading and fit grading. So it's like more the percentage, the steeper the value will be. So that means from this point, you're going to meet this ground. So the grading percentage, if you give it more, it will be more steeper. If you give it less, it will be like more slopier. Okay. So I'm going to leave it at 50%. And only thing that you got to be careful is like, if you run out of surface, then it will not be able to do grading. You'll see the grading breaks out if it goes too close to the surface. We can come back and fix it again if you need it. So give 50% and then 50%. Now we can see it has created a grade. Why we have two colors? We have blue and we have red. Because the blue represents fill. Because remember, this side of the feature line is above the ground. The other side is below the ground. Okay. So now that is done. We're not done with this, because right now if you go back again, let me select this one and then go to object viewer. Now if you see, it would have done the job, but still there is a hole here. So the hole is not fixed. So let me actually go and fix this one. So what we're going to do is we can choose something called create infill. If I click on that, and then if I click on the inner portion, you can see automatically it selects a feature line. Click, and then it's hard to see it. Sometimes the grading portion will be too huge, and you can see a diamond sign. So now that has been done. So I'm going to press enter. Now I can select everything together, including the diamond sign. Make sure that you click on the diamond sign and then go to object viewer. And then if you see, it has got grading created. All right. So now we can see the grading is done. So then what we can actually do is we can do further into the next one. We'll create grading surface, and then we create a new surface and embed that surface into it. And also feel free to check the advanced tutorials on Civil 3D. I'll be doing more using grading tools with water and other things. We will be doing it. Okay. We'll see again another video. Thank you guys, and cheers.